Factory headlights have seen better days, whether they are fogged, cracked, or just need a touch of modern style. On your 2007 to 2013 Silverado 1500, these LED C-bar projector headlights with the matte black housing and the clear lens will be a great addition to your truck. And these will not only modernize and clean up the front end of the truck, but these will also increase your front end visibility if you're currently struggling with your factory lights and need some better lighting performance for nighttime driving. Now these will feature a matte black housing to add a stealthy appearance to the truck if you're a fan of a blacked out look without compromising light performance with the clear lens on the front. Now surrounding each of the headlights, these will have an LED C-shaped light bar for the daytime running light, which will make you more noticeable on the road for safety and of course added style to turn some heads. Now moving to the inner part of the headlight or the design, this will feature a projector lens low beam for a focus beam pattern for cleaner visibility, a chrome reflector for the high beam stacked on top, and a large reflector on the side featuring the amber lighting for a brighter appearance for the turn signal. Now these will have an OEM style black plastic housing that will offer a direct fit and a no fuss install. Now the inside will feature that matte black construction covered up with a tough clear lens to be able to withstand any abuse on or off-road. Now this kit will also come with upgraded headlight bulbs as far as the high beam and the low beam is concerned, so you don't have to swap them over from your factory setup, but I would like to mention that you will have to swap over your factory turn signals into these lights. Now I also would like to mention that there is a little bit of wiring when it comes to the daytime running light, but it is easy and we'll show you how to do that in just a sec. Now these will come in at roughly $450, putting these at a pretty average price point. Now comparing these to other options, this set will have a very stylish approach with the LED light bar while keeping it super sleek with the all black housing and the sporty details. Now other more expensive options that you may be taking a look at may come with a full LED construction, switchback functions, as well as multiple projectors. And then on the other hand, more cost-effective choices may not have everything that you see here, like the included bulbs or the light bar. Now I think if you don't want to break the bank on a set of super premium lights, but you still want some cool features and a stealthy appearance out of a headlight, then this is going to be a great set to choose. Now install is going to be mainly plug and play. I'm going to give it a 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter. There is a little bit of wiring involved, but it's nothing that you can't get done in about 30 minutes with some basic hand tools. At this point we can head over to the shop and check out a detailed breakdown of what that install looks like step by step. So that's going to wrap it up for me. Let's go ahead and get into it.
The tools you'll need for this project are a 3/8 drive power ratchet or regular ratchet, a 10mm socket, a pair of wire strippers and crimpers, a regular pair of pliers, a trim removal tool, and some sort of wire splices, whether it be T-taps and spade connectors or regular Scotch locks. Hi everyone, today we're installing a set of headlights on our Silverado, but before we get there, let's watch a short video on how to uninstall the stock lights first.
Okay, so the first step in our uninstall is to grab a pop clip removal tool and remove all of the pop clips that hold in our rad support cover. At this point we can remove the rad support cover. Alright, so the next step is to remove the 4 10mm bolts holding on our grill. Go ahead and grab a 10mm socket and get these removed. Alright, at this point with the bolts removed out of the top of our grill, you can grab the grill itself and pull back straight towards you. Next up, now that our grill is removed, we can remove the 2 bolts holding on the top of our headlight. You may want an extension for this one here, so grab your extension and a 10mm socket and let's get this removed. And then grab your 10mm socket and remove the other bolts up top on the headlight. All right, so there is one more bolt that's holding the headlight in, and it's right in between the bumper and the fender. Peel back your wheel well liner and you can get to this bolt. It's a 10 mil, it's right in here. And you don't need to remove this, all you need to do is loosen it so the bracket can slide forward. Grab your 10 millimeter ratcheting wrench or a small ratchet and go ahead and loosen this up. All right, now that all the bolts are removed and the one in the wheel well is loosened up, go ahead and grab your headlight and wiggle it out. Now that your headlight is removed, you can see this large factory connector. And what we're gonna do is pull back on this tab, this gray tab here, and then press down on the black tab and remove the connector.
All right, now that we've got our headlights out, we need to transfer our factory wiring harness from the light to the new lights. We also need to take out our parking lights here, and they're going to be inserted into the new light. Once we get that done, we've got a little bit of wiring to do to hook up the new DRLs in the new lights. We'll show you how to get that done in just a second. So let's go ahead and disconnect our harness simply by pushing down on the release tab and lifting it out, and then twisting the parking lights here and pull the lights out. Then we'll just transfer that to the new light. Now we'll go ahead and put our lights back into the new lights housing, twist it to lock it in. And then connect our two harness connectors this right here. Then we just go ahead and plug that in, making sure that it snaps into place. All right, now these two wires here on the new light, you have a black one and a white one. They're gonna connect into this top harness here for your driving lights. So we've got a black wire, a brown wire, and a blue wire. We're gonna connect the black wire to the black wire and the white wire to the brown wire. Now the kit comes with supplied Scotch locks. Now since we're not making a permanent modification to our vehicle, we're gonna hook it up a little bit differently using a T-tap and a spade bit on the end of the wires. So to get this started, we're gonna go ahead and use our wire strippers and strip off about ½ an inch or so off the end of each wire. Just give it a good twist to make sure that everything stays together. Then we'll connect our spade bit to the end of each wire. So we'll just crimp that down in place. All right, once we've got our spade connectors on our new wires, we can go ahead and put our T-tap onto our existing wires. And like I said, in our case, it's our brown wire, which is the middle wire for one of them. We'll just use a pair of pliers to crimp that down. And then we'll put another one on one of the black wires. Now you'll see that there are two black wires up here. It doesn't matter which one you use because they're both ground wires. So we'll just put the T-tap on there and again, use our pliers, crimp that down. There we go. And then we can insert our new wires into the existing harness. So like I said, the white wire will go to positive, which is going to be our middle wire. And the black wire goes to black, which is going to be our ground. All right, now that we've got our harness switched over to our new light, we can go ahead and install it by hooking up our main harness first, and then reinstalling the original hardware and tighten it down with our 10mm socket. And don't forget the bolt in the fender well. All right, remember it's a little difficult to get the camera in here, but it is just inside this area here. And you can put your fender liner back in place. And you can repeat that process for the other side. And now we can go ahead and reinstall our grill and attach it with the original hardware and tighten it down with our 10mm socket. Now we'll go ahead and reinstall our radiator cover using the original push pins that we took out. And that wraps up our review and install of the LED C-bar projector headlights with the matte black housing and the clear lens for the 07 to 13 Silverado 1500. Thanks for watching, and remember, for all things Silverado, keep it right here at AmericanTrucks.com.